The 2020 remake of The Witches is an insult. It's an insult to the excellent source material, to the fantastic 1990s film, and it's an insult to every poor pair of eyeballs that accidentally find themselves pointed towards this empty, soulless piece of filmic toilet paper.
Grandma, it's me! Is that you, boy? We'll never let you get away with your filthy, evil plot. Who's gonna stop me? Doesn't matter who you are or what you look like, so long as somebody loves you.
You wouldn't happen to be carrying around a mouse on your person, now would you?
A mouse?
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth would I be carrying around a mouse?
When a piece of art is remade, there are inevitably going to be changes. If there weren't any changes, there'd be no point remaking it to begin with. But those changes need to have a purpose, tell the story in a different way, with a new vision to present a new idea or a new concept. Every single change they made in this movie actively made it worse than any other representation before it, which just begs the question, why? Why internationally beloved director Robert Zemeckis and your Oscar award-winning producers Guillermo del Toro and Alfonso fucking Cuarón, why did you make it, if not to capitalize on a beloved, well-known name in order to make a quick buck? Roald Dahl is one of the greatest children's authors of all time, and all of his stories have a common theme of darkness running through them. They're light-hearted and whimsical, but also often sinister and creepy. The best Dahl adaptions recognize this and lean into it.
And they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing.
This film completely removes this, and what we're left with is a bland, watered-down, family-friendly version of what could be Dahl's scariest story. The original film has a scene that brilliantly captures not only what the witches are capable of, but also a really haunting depiction of how they kill this child.
There, as if it always had been there, was Erika, locked in the painting, gazing at us. As the years went by, Erika grew older too. Until one morning, she was gone.
In 2020, they turn her into a CGI chicken.
Alice was chicken-alified.
They really go out of their way to remove any notion of child murder in a story about mass child murder. In the original story, it explains that witches kill children with their magic so that they won't get caught. For example, turning them into a cheeseburger so their parents literally eat them.
Witches don't murder children with knives or guns. That's for people who get caught. And witches never get caught.
This is not explained at all in 2020. So you're just sitting there thinking, why don't you just fucking kill them? Why turn them into a chicken? Why turn them into a mouse? What's the point with all this animorph bullshit when you're clearly all-powerful beings who have a desire to remove all children from the world?
And 3 drops is instantaneous. An instant loss!
One of the most obvious changes that were made was the decision to make the main character and his grandmother black. Now, I think it's a fantastic thing to represent these characters as anything other than the white English children that Roald Dahl pretty much exclusively wrote about. Even if the chicken wing frying, cornbread baking, voodoo priestess grandmother does feel like a little bit of a reductive caricature. What I do think is bizarre and just so poorly executed were the themes of racism that they decided to just shoehorn into the story.
And aren't you a lucky fella? It's not every day that a young gentleman such as yourself is fortunate to come and stay in such a fine hotel as this now, is it?
Well, not even into the story. It just kind of sits adjacent, just tacked on for no good reason. To understand why they might have made this decision, let's turn to a quote from the great Roald Dahl himself.
There is a trait in the Jewish character that does provoke animosity. Even a stinker like Hitler didn't pick on them for no reason. I am certainly anti-Israel, and I have become anti-Semitic.
The thing is, the original Witches novel has faced criticism for anti-Semitic themes. And honestly, thinking about a man who said that, writing a story about a cabal of wealthy, powerful, hook-nosed individuals hiding in plain sight among us, stealing children with pagan magic powers, I don't think the criticisms are unfounded. So knowing that, this attempt to just gingerly touch a subject like racism comes across incredibly insincere and cynical, and just thrown in to distance the film from the views of Roald Dahl himself.
Well, you just gonna stand there and stare at me all day?
Can I help you?
You can unload this car while I check into this hotel.
Yes, ma'am. No, you keep your money, ma'am, and enjoy yourself.
The film even sucks on a technical level. The kind of storybook pastel-y tone isn't offensive and the cinematography is fine, but my god, are the special effects garbage. Like, halfway through the film, the main character turns into a mouse, and it is some fucking G-Force level shit. It looks terrible.
Ahem. Oh, and Daisy used to be a kid, a girl too.
Why didn't you say something before, darling?
Because it can be very dangerous for a mouse to talk.
And it's not even held up by some decent voice performances. Every single actor in this film is terrible. And it's a real shame because there is some excellent talent on the screen in Octavia Spencer, Stanley Tucci, Anne Hathaway, and they're all garbage.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Cat Cage Procurer. I will never, ever allow my precious puss to be...
Well, look at that. He likes it in there.
The narration given by Chris Rock is entirely one note, and as adorable as the main actor is, he's just no good.
A no good, rotten, low down, sneaky witch.
Okay. Is this you and your church friends trying to play a joke on me? Because if it is, it's not very funny.
Listen, child. Witches ain't nothing to joke about.
I don't think it was entirely any of their fault. The script that they were given is just shit, but that's no excuse for sounding like you're reading it off the page for the first time. This easily could have been another 40-minute video, but this has been a bit of an exercise in brevity for me, so I'll just leave it there for now. Don't watch it. It's not so bad it's good. It's not good if you turn your mind off. It's just bad. Watch the original. I give The Witches 2020 Remake 1 bottle of number 86 delayed action mouse maker out of a possible 10 bottles of number 86 delayed action mouse maker.
And we use formula number 86 delayed action mouse maker. Run.